Hi, it's Paul from Xbrat Software Solutions, and this is a training and information video for the TradingView Confluence Trading Strategy Lite, with the Xbrat Algo being the leading signal generator for this bundle. So again, the Xbrat Algo gives the signal. Then we have the bias depth heat map to confirm that signal or deny, and then we have the manager to manage the trade. So let's just remind ourselves what Xbrat Algo is. So Xbrat Algo is a combination of 12 confluences, 12 different trading indicators that looks at lots of things, which includes momentum. So, and they're graded, so we grade them 3-star to 6-star. So 3-star is the lowest signal strength, but you can get, traders can get into moves early. So that's 9 out of 12 of those confluence points are good. So 4 stars is more common than the 3-star signal. 10 out of 12 confluences are good. 5-star occurs 90% of the time. Usually precedes a 6-star signal. That's 11 out of 12 confluence points. Then the highest strength signal is the 6-star signal. Sometimes later in the move, but momentum truly is with the move. 12 out of 12 confluence points are good. So let's have a look what this looks like on the chart. Okay, so on the left, we have a 6-star sell signal, okay? If we look down at the bias depth heat map, all the way down this green arrow, all 6 time frames are red. So we've got signal, we've got confirmation, and then we enter the trade. This is our entry point here, and then we're going to use the manager ribbon to manage the trade. We're also going to talk about some of these dots above and below. So first of all, we get a move down, we run back up to test the entry, and then we continue to move down. So a good point then is to make that risk free. Once we've had that pivot and we move below this low pivot, that's a great time to make that risk free. We then pull back into here. All of these dots below mean it's lower than average volume pullback, so it's profit taking. But it's not a reversal. We form a pivot. We've got higher than average volume here, but it's a 1 candle wonder. We've got a higher than average volume green candle here, but it rejects by 50%, so it just doesn't want to go up. So all we do is wait again until we move down and we adjust the stop. We get another pivot here, adjust the stop once it's moved down from there. Another pivot here, great rejection on higher than average volume, this dot up above here, that's a 618 rejection there. So it's tried to move up and it's rejected it on higher volume than the previous candle because it's green and not grey, and it's got higher than average volume. Another pivot moves down, again another higher than average volume rejection there, really, really good. And we're going sideways, okay, that's fine. This is on light crude futures, by the way. We get another pivot form here, brilliant. We're starting to lock in around about 80 ticks at this stage, and then it either comes back through, takes us out for the 80 ticks, or as soon as this ribbon turns from red to green, that's the time to get out as well. This ribbon is 4 candles in advance in the future. So this is how to manage there. So this is a futures example. Let's go on and you say we get a 6-star sell here. All 6 time frames are red, so we get another short here, and we continue to go down. So let's have a look at Nifty Bank Index here. Again, a lot of Indian traders trade this. This is a good instrument to trade, but we have some rules. The 4, the 5, the 6-star sells. The bias depth heat map doesn't give us the confirmation. We don't take the trade. Then look what happens, it turns around. We get a 6-star buy, all 6 time frames are green. We take the entry. We then have the really big bullish move. The first real pivot is this little hammer there, this doji there. That's once it starts to move away, we put our trading stop here. This is a 10-minute time frame, by the way. We get another pivot here. Why do I call it a pivot? We've got a lot of clustering, a lot of support at this point. So once it starts to move away from there, good time to move that trailing stop. Another pivot here, that hammer again here, but then eventually takes us out coming down here, but then the ribbon turns red as well. So great trade there on Bank Nifty. This is now a Forex example. Okay, 12-minute time frame. We get a 5-star sell, all 6 time frames, because again the bias the heat map looks up 6 different time frames. If the bias isn't with it, you don't get the confirmation, you don't take the trade. Then we get a 5-star buy signal at this point. 5 out of 6, we're not taking the trade. We get a 6-star buy signal, 6 out of 6. That's the confirmation we need. Now, at this point, I'm going to take the entry just above. We use a stop market order. So when we get the signal candle closed, this grey candle here, we then put a stop market order on a couple of pips, or if it's futures, tick, at 1 tick above the high of that candle. So it's got to then continue that move. It doesn't on the first candle afterwards, but then the second candle breaks through. Also, this pivot is really important to me. So, if I had this, and we'll have an example soon, where we don't that 6-star buy and the entries below there, I will always wait for it to get through this pivot for my entry. And again, at the time, when I made this slide here, we were still open on this trade. We'd had a pullback. Again, lower than average volume. The only higher than average volume is this one candle, and it retraces at that point and then continues to go higher. That's when we adjust our trading stop to lock in profit, and were the ribbon still green when I was live with this, so that trade was still live at that time. So let's go on to Apple now. This is a 195 minute time frame, so swing trading. It could be swing trading stocks or Forex or futures or crypto, doesn't matter. But I just wanted to use this. Well, I use 195 because that splits the trading day exactly into 2 for when the stock market's open. And I'm going to go through some swing trading opportunities here. So this 5-star buy signal, we don't get we don't get the confirmation, so we don't take the trade. We get a 6-star buy signal, all 6 time frames here. Remember, we put a stop market order on above that high. It doesn't take us in. So that once it starts to move away, we just cancel that order. We get a 5 and a 6-star sell signal this time. No confirmation. Don't take the trade. We then get a 5-star buy signal just before earnings. We're not going to take that because it's got 5 out of 6 on the confirmation. We do then get earnings. We get a positive earnings reaction. We get a 6-star buy signal. All 6 time frames are green. Remember this pivot? It failed to move through before. This is where my conservative entry comes in. I don't want to be entering just above this 6-star buy signal to go into this previous rejection. So I want a stop market order just above there, and that's when I take my swing trade in around about the 7th of November. We have a little pullback here. Again, look at this rejection of those lows on higher than average volume. Great pivot there. Going into December now, again, good swing trade. Then starts to move higher. Again, another slight little pullback, and then we pull higher again, so we adjust the stop loss to that point there. We get another rejection pivot here on this higher than average volume candle, and eventually comes out to take that trading stop. So, the entry was about 182 and we got to 194. A pretty standard trade on stocks. And then eventually you see the ribbon turn red anyway. So we've gone through quite a few examples. We've gone through futures day trading on a 3-minute. We could call that scalping, really. We've gone Bank Nifty on the 10-minute. We've gone 12-minute on Forex. And then we have just done a swing trading example on stocks. So this is the TradingView Xbrat Confluence Trading Strategy Lite. So it has that signal, that confirmation, that trade management. Check out the links below for the TradingView version of our Xbrat Confluence Trading Strategy Lite, with the Xbrat Algo being the leading signal generator.